It was the week of the LA riots, and my house had nearly been burned to the ground. And my first feature film, Reuben and Ed, had just been released. Nobody went. The city was in a particularly mean mood, and a film about two Republicans trying to bury a frozen cat just didn't seem to strike the right chord. The critics were in a mean mood too. One doofus called my film the worst movie of the decade. About that same time, my girlfriend, Laura, mysteriously transformed herself into an icy pit bull and walked out the door. Yes, I was in a cranky mood, but I was not, and I want to make this perfectly clear, in the midst of a midlife crisis. Anyway, it was time to leave Hollywood, so I climbed in my old car and headed out. I had a new plan. I would take my video camera, wander around, and film what happened to me. I wanted to see if real life was at least half as interesting as an episode of Love Boat. Joe's a nut licker. Now this is perfect example of what I was talking about. If we could find Joe and follow him long enough, we could probably find out why someone is going around the desert here writing Joe as a nut licker. I never really figured I would end up in Timbuktu, and I certainly wasn't prepared for what was about to unfold. So I'm about, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles from Kanab, Utah right now. Come up across something that's, I've never seen anything quite like it before. It's a pet cemetery. Here's Amber's buried right here next to Jethro. When my dog died, I buried him in the backyard. I wish I made a whole movie about somebody trying to figure out where to bury a cat. Oh, look at here. Rabbit Redford is buried right there. Let's see, we'll go in here and I'm sure I've got a photo in here of my dog somewhere. Oh, this is good too. This is actually my best friend Larry Roberts. He died a few years back, about 10 years ago, and I had his his ashes put into this oyster jar. That's Mr. Butz. He was a tremendous dog. Had him for a long time. And oh, here is Stephanie, my girlfriend. Isn't she pretty? Anyway, I'd made lots of documentaries about other people, but this was the first time I'd taken on myself as a subject, and it was harder than I'd thought. The most difficult thing was trying to figure out just what to film. I mean, how do you get in there and get right down to the bottom of things? I've decided to eat some mushrooms I found by the side of the road as an experiment. And so far, everything seems to be normal. In that film I made, Reuben and Ed, the character Ed wears a button on his coat that says, "Who am I?" Now, the only reason I bring any of this up, is because Reuben and Ed are figments of my imagination. They are products of my mind, and how sparkly the ground is? It's covered with crystals. Millions of them. Everything's so beautiful. Oh, Mr. Butz, come here, buddy. Come on, come on. Oh, yes. Oh, you are a good dog. Yes, you are a brave dog. I love you. I love you. There's a lizard. Is that a lizard? No. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, crazy goose, which is best? A rambling fool or a hard at rest? Let me fly, let me fly, let me fly, let me fly. I mean, what does the goose do that we all respect? God, that sounds stupid. What does the goose do that we all remember? The goose goes from north to south, and then he goes from south to north, and he goes back and forth all the time, and he doesn't ever land anywhere because he's on the road. Oh, the mic cable's on fire. Everybody else has got one. Why can't I get one? I had one about, when was it? 1991 I had a job. But, have you ever wondered what would happen if a comet like smashed right into your car? But if I thought about it long enough, I would probably realize that I should get a job or something like that. Boy, that fire is burning now. Hoo, hoo, hoo. I enjoy making films, but nobody will pay me to do it. Man, I wish I had a can opener to open these peaches. But there you have it. I just found out that my girlfriend Stephanie left me for another guy. And I called up some of my old girlfriends to see what they thought about the whole thing, and they said, well, what do you expect, being the way you are? I guess the thing that I've realized tonight is how much I really miss my dog. Here's one of Mr. Butz peeking over a wall right there. This is him in his new sweater. See, he's got a sweater on and a new hat. That's a good shot. Here's a shot of, it's kind of a close-up, and it's his eye right there. Here's Mr. Butz at the disco. Kind of a disco dog. Good dancer. This is him in his spacesuit. Right there. Oh, this is his birthday cake. Mr. Butz's birthday cake. That was a hell of a party.
'Cause I am a brother to the old wild goose. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best, a wandering foot or a highland rest? The woman was kind and true to me. She thinks she loves me, the more fool she. She's gotta learn that it ain't no use to love the brother of the old wild goose. Goose, brother goose, which is best, a wandering foot or a highland rest? All you wild goose. The cabin is warm and the snow is deep.
It's 1 year since my last report. And as you can see, things have changed a bit. I'm in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Actually, not the middle, the southern edge. That's my guide up there. That's Mohammed, and we're out here looking for a caravan. Do you see anything?
Very far you have a camel eat.
There's a camel out there eating?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, many camels.
Oh, yeah. I can see him now. It's a small caravan.
Yeah.
These people think I'm crazy. So I've rented a camel, and my guide is, what is your name? Deco?
Deco.
Deco.
Yes.
Does this camel have a name?
Yes.
What's his name?
Abedi.
Abedi? Abedi. Warren Abedi. Good old Warren Beatty. So how far is Timbuktu? 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers to Timbuktu?
Timbuktu. 4 kilometers.
4 kilometers?
Yes.
Come on, Warren, let's go. Getting left behind. Come on, Warren, let's go. Come on. Come on, Warren, let's go. Our guide's left us. Come on, Warren, let's go. Come on. Come on, Warren. Been through the desert on a camel named Warren. He's a one slow son of a... How's that?
Yes.
Good?
Very good.
Wow. I never thought I would make it. Is this Timbuktu?
This is Timbuktu.
Right here.
Yes.
I've always dreamed of coming to Timbuktu, and now that I'm here, I'm flabbergasted. It's so beautiful. Centuries ago, this place was the center of everything. There were universities and libraries. It was an oasis where thirsty travelers could get a drink or read a book or study the Word of God. An ancient proverb says, "Salt comes from the north and gold from the south, but the treasures of wisdom are only to be found in Timbuktu."
It's Timbuktu. The Timbuktu.
And now I'm here. I finally made it. Which reminds me of another Polish proverb which says, "A dog and a bachelor may do anything."
And then they hooked up its esophagus, I guess, and they pumped it up with a bicycle pump until its balls were just standing straight up in the air.
Anyway, I met this girl, Erin. She's in the Peace Corps. Huh. Ask him what he does with it.
He eats it.
Huh?
He eats it.
He eats it? He eats the snake? We've spent a couple of weeks together now, and it's been a difficult time for me because every time Erin and I try to talk, I start giggling like an idiot, and then I say something really dumb, and then all the blood rushes to my face and I have to turn away.
I feel like you're looking for something out of this that you're not ready to give it. Does that make sense? Or like maybe you're almost ready to give it, but not quite.
Anyway, Aaron asked me why I'd never been married, and I couldn't come up with a good reason. I did, however, say that I had had many wonderful girlfriends. Then she said, "If a man has 32 girlfriends in 20 years, is he a success with women or a failure?" That night, I had a very strange dream. My old girlfriend Stephanie was in it. I would talk and talk, but she couldn't understand a word I was saying. So I would talk some more. Then she decided to go to a party and I followed. It was a great party, with lots and lots of girls. I talked to every single girl at the party, but none of them could understand a word I was saying. Then things changed, and a genie appeared, and the genie asked me, "What is your wish, master?" And it was really frustrating because I still couldn't speak. Then I got lost in a labyrinth, and Mohammed appeared and told me the labyrinth was the final resting place of the greatest of all the whirling dervishes. Then he said, "What are you looking for?" I said, "This." Then I thought, wow, I finally made it. I'm in Timbuktu. A lot of ants out here. But things never really worked out between Aaron and I, which is for the better, I'm sure. Because when I came back to Salt Lake City, I fell in love with another girl. And her name is Andrea. And she's just about as nice a person as you'd ever want to meet. And here's some more ants over here. Anyway, I told Andrea about my trip to Africa and the nice people that I'd met in the Peace Corps, and she thought it sounded like fun, so she joined the Peace Corps too. Oh, darn. Well, she left about a month ago now and went to a place called Turkmenistan, which is somewhere north of Iran, which brings me back to here. You can see the sign might be a little worse for wear. Can still make out Joe's a nut licker. Oh my God. Starting to rain. Got a flat tire. Seems like I've got everything in my trunk except the spare. Oh, Sniffy. Hi, Sniffy. This is Sniffy. I found him scarfing up donuts behind a gas and go. He's a good dog, though. I think he's okay.
One of the things that make the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein great is the fact that so often the songs convey a thought worth remembering. I'd like to sing one of them right now. You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel.
It was true. A bachelor and a dog could do anything. Which reminded me of another proverb, this one from Turkey. It says, "A goose and a girl are never satisfied." Anyway, I'm thinking of taking another trip soon, to some place exciting, where maybe the nightlife is a little dangerous. Someplace like Turkmenistan.